So now how's it going? So we're going to keep playing the Persona 5 Real Collab in Heaven Bends Red, so please check out the previous video if you haven't yet. I already played through the first day and did a pretty good intro. And as always, I'd really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe, and check out the site in the description below and subscribe to the newsletter to get the new articles via your email. Well, yeah, let's keep going. Day 2. No. I guess I'm gonna make a video for each day, but I assume some are pretty short, like maybe 30 minutes at most. Because the PawaPuro collab was like 5 hours, so I assume each day is like maybe 1 hour at most. So I saw the weird Tama in my dreams again. She said something terrible is going to happen, but like it doesn't really feel this way at all. She seems really tired. I guess it was really difficult to sleep in that outfit. Yeah, like, what's going on? Oh, she's like, Tsukasa is like, maybe she probably has like when people, certain people, when they wake up because of the pressure, the air pressure, they have a headache, right? It's like, she's probably like low pressure due to the air, and like maybe she had a headache. And I know this happens to me, and my head hurts really bad when this happens. I think for you it's maybe because you awakened yourself so many times yesterday. Even when we were playing, you know, you kept doing it. So yeah, like I explained in the previous video, Tsukasa can awaken herself and she becomes extremely smart and extremely strong. But when she does this, she gets massive headaches when she turns back. And sometimes because she's smug, sometimes she uses it for pointless things because she don't want to lose. So she used it apparently when they were playing Uno. So that's why her head. This might be why her head. She got a headache right now. Sorry, no, it's not about low atmospheric pressure or anything. I wanted to be careful about this, but it still happened anyway. I guess maybe a mask or an outfit. Nani? So I ended up piercing the mattress, the sheets. It's fine, we're just going to switch them. I can give you mine if you want. And she's like, yeah, it's fine, we can just get new ones. Like, it's no need to give you. She wanted, because Violet, because she's always so she's always so nice with everyone, and how she wants to help her senpai, she was like, I'm gonna give you my own sheets, and she's like, no, we can just get new ones, it's fine. So she's certain, but there's something I want to show you guys. But the spiral we saw yesterday, right? It's weird. It's barely noticeable, but it actually grew bigger since yesterday. We never saw this phenomenon before. So maybe something's happening inside. Yeah, be extra cautious when proceeding with your mission. So I guess today is going to be the first dungeon part. So I'm going to make... I didn't raise Morgana, so I'm probably not gonna bother making a party with Morgana. But I'm gonna try making a story-based party, so I'm gonna put Tsukasa, Ruka, and Airin. But I don't have Makoto and Violet, so I can't really make a story party, sadly. So yeah, let's go to the hangar to take the helicopter to go to the spire. And otherwise, I'm gonna go the wrong way to see what happens. No, so that's not the right way. Oh no, it's the same line. I gotta check every time just to be sure. She's selling like headache medicine. I didn't hear it properly. Tsukasa is wearing some, I guess. This is like Crab Lodi is like these guys. The Phantom Cheese definitely look like bad guys, so you should make them your minions. And Waki, this is Waki, and this is Crab Lodi. Bungo is her name, but because she is a loli of a crab, I call her Crab Lodi, and she's Waki, and she's like they basically. Well, this is not much of a spoiler because they explain this in the first chapter of the game, but basically they're constantly role-playing. Waki is role-playing as a demon lord, Mao, and Bungo is role-playing as a minion, so that's why she's disguised like this, and she's always like if she like a tokusatsu, like the small villains in tokusatsu, the generals in tokusatsu with some special powers, and that's why she always has a crab hand. And she was like, we should make them into our minions. She's like, yeah, but they're collab characters, so you need to handle them, handle this kind of stuff with care. You can't do inside this by yourself with collab characters. So yeah, Koji from last time is acting as she has her own persona again. And Sumomo is like, yeah, nothing's coming out, dude. And Ichigo is like, you kind of feel like shouting persona. Like, when you hear it, you want to shout it yourself. It's very funny. Interactions. So we're going back to the spire now. Going to take the helicopter.
怪盗団の皆さん、はじめまして。士官の七瀬七海です。どうぞよろしくお願いします。
So this is Nanami. She's one of the commanders. She's the second in command. She is Saki Nesan's right-hand woman. And she's voiced by Uchida Shu, and that's what I was talking about yesterday. How SAU Uchida Shu is actually is bilingual, but when she voices Nanami, they make her do broken English on purpose.
ナナミンじゃん。何かあった？皆さんが搭乗する予定のヘリですが、別任務でキャンサーの攻撃を受けて整備中です。
So the helicopter you guys were supposed to be using got attacked by a cancer in a separate mission, so it's currently being repaired. So we don't have an helicopter. So I guess this is when Morgana is going to turn into a car for us to get there. Yeah, they're unmanned, so it's fine. They're all unmanned helicopters. Oh, there was a pilot this time, but they're fine. They're not in danger. But yeah, we don't have time to prepare another helicopter for you guys. And this is interesting. You can see Violet's her personality. She's very nice, always worried about other people. It's nice when in collab stories, actually, even in small moments like this, they probably display the personalities of each character. It's very cool when the writers understand the characters properly and properly. Like in this situation, Violet's definitely the first person who's going to worry about other people. So we just wait until then? Yeah. So, but Morgana is going to propose transforming instead of waiting.
どうやら我が輩の出番のようだな。
Yeah, so it seems like it's my time to shine.
出番？
What do you mean?
どう驚くと思うわよ。
Oh, I guess you all gonna be really surprised seeing this.
場所を変えよう。
Let's switch locations first. Look at this. I guess it's so normal to be so surprised the first time you see that. So let's. You can get on. I'm going to be even faster than a helicopter.
運転は任せてくれ。
And leave it to me, I can drive.
運転が必要なのね。
Oh, so there you need someone to drive. It's not automatic.
免許は持ってるんですか？
Do you have your license?
免許はないけど、異世界でしか乗らないものだから。
Well, he doesn't have his license, but since we only use that, you can only use that in the other world anyway. Speaking of which, this is not really a spoiler, but if you play Persona 5 Scramble, the sequel by Koei Tecmo, it's a really good game as well. Makoto and Haru, they both end up in university because it's like 6 months after the end of Persona 5. And they both passed their license, their driving license. So there are several times, most of the time in the game, it's Makoto driving the van because it's a kind of like a road trip across Japan, across various cities in Japan, and Makoto is driving. And sometimes Haru is driving as well. It's really cool. Like if you never played, it's not really a flaw, but the only a little bit sad thing is that it is a sick Persona 5 Scramble or Strikers outside Japan. In Japan, it's Persona 5 Scramble, the Phantom Strikers, and in outside Japan, they just called it Persona 5 Strikers. It's a sequel to the original game, so it doesn't take into account the additions of Persona 5 Royal. So Kasumi doesn't exist. So there's some characters that don't show up. But it's still an incredibly good sequel, most notably in how it's the kind of sequel where for once they don't reset the character's development and they probably take into account what happened inside Persona 5 and they keep building upon that. So it's a really, really good sequel. Like usually in these kind of sequels, the plot barely advances and the characters just go loop into the same development they already went into the original game, but they didn't do it this time. And I think the game was primarily written by Koei Tecmo Omega Force writers, I think, and they did a really, really good job. So I must hope there's another sequel one day, but like I really doubt it's going to happen because even Persona 4 never got another sequel like this. So, but yeah, it would be really incredible if they made another sequel to Persona 5 one day, but that definitely won't happen. But yeah, if you never played Persona 5 Strikers, there's a lot of really good characters in it as well. Zenkichi as well, incredibly good character voiced by Shinichiro Miki, who is famous for voicing Jin in Pretty Reason, voicing Akira in Virtua Fighter. Though sadly in Crossroads, I think they changed to say he's not voicing him anymore. Shinichiro Miki who also voices Aren in Escaflowne, he voices Ryusei in Super Robot Wars. A very, very famous seiyuu, Lockon Stratos in Gundam 00, and Kurtsu in Fullmetal Panic, etc. Like a very veteran seiyuu who's been voicing characters for 30 years now. So yeah, and in Strikers, you can see Haru and Makoto drive, so it's pretty cool. Just like this, I don't think this is how you're supposed to think about that. And she's like, Tsukasa is like you are surprisingly Like you're thinking like a delinquent kinda, like driving without a license, and Makoto is like, yeah, but like we just have to do it this way because we wouldn't be able to travel in the other world otherwise.
もしかしてこの世界だと捕まってしまいますか？
Wait, do you think we're going to get arrested in this world because of that?
全然。私らも基本無免許だし平気平気。
Not at all. I mean, we don't have license either, so it's fine.
そもそも警察が機能していませんしね。
And it's not like the police exists anymore in our post-apocalyptic world anyway.
不良しかいないわ。怖い。お前も無免許なんじゃないのか？
Tsukasa is like, oh, man, these guys are all delinquents. I'm so scared. And he's like, wait, but you don't have a license either, right? So why are you acting like this?
後で私もモナを運転してみたいんだけどいい？
And speaking of which, I'm pretty sure Tsukasa doesn't have a license, but she can drive actually. Especially when she's awakened, she can do anything. She can pilot any vehicle, so she can drive even she doesn't have a license. And Ruka is like, by the way, can you let me drive Mona later?
別に構わねえが丁寧に扱えよ。
I don't mind, but like, don't be reckless. Nanami is pretty shocked, it seems.
手塚司令官。
Hey, Commander Tezuka.
どうしたの七瀬？
What's happening?
猫が車になりました。
I just saw a cat turn into a car.
は？
What are you talking about? This is pretty funny. I guess the sky is red all around the spire for some reason. Like maybe it's the effect of the other world or something.
ジョーカー運転うまいんだね。快適だったよ。
Oh, you're actually pretty good at driving, Joker. Like it was really smooth.
慣れているからな。
I'm used to it.
任せられる人がいると楽ね。この先もモナカーで進んでほしかったくらい。
Monaka. Did they make this joke in Persona 5? I forgot. I think no one called him that. So this was really cool. So I wish we could just keep driving the Mona car inside the dungeon.
モナカーってお前まあいいけどよ。
That's a weird nickname, but well, it's fine.
道によってはかえって危険になる可能性もありますから。
Well, depending on how the path goes inside the dungeon, it might be dangerous to keep driving inside. So
シャドウキャンサーとの遭遇を考えると徒歩で進んだ方が良さそうです。
yeah, and considering the shadow cancers, it's definitely better to proceed inside by foot.
だな。姿こそ見えないが、そこかしこにシャドウっぽい気配がしやがるぜ。
Yeah, and we can't spot them yet, but I can feel the presence of shadow-like figures inside.
シーツの借りはここできっちり返させてもらうわ。
I'll make sure to work extra hard today to pay you guys back for the sheets I pierced.
シーツ
So Joker and Morgana are in separate rooms, so they don't know about the sheets.
クイーンが義理がたいってこと。さあ進もうぜ。
Yeah, she just means that's like she's really righteous and wants to pay us back. Don't think too hard about it. Let's get inside. So yeah, dungeon part. So I'm gonna make a story-based party. So because I don't have Makoto and Violet, so I can't use them in my party. So the recommended level is 20,000, but I'm here at 16,000, but it should be fine. My Ruka and my Tsukasa are really strong, so I think should be fine. So we're in the dungeon now.
推理に役立つかもしれません。拾っておきましょう。アイテムよ。宝。
For newcomers playing this event, these accessories are really good, but maybe in casual difficulties, accessories drops are not the same. I'm not sure. But even if you play in professional as a newcomer, there's no real battle until this point in the story, so you could play up until now just to get these accessories.
向こうに何かあるみたいです。確認。
Yeah, plus you have the enchants in the dungeon, so I should be fine with this party. Even if we are only 4 people, should be fine, I think.
やはり戦闘開始。
Yeah, more than everyone. So this is going to be the first real battle since the start of the event. I already explained the battle system in the first video, so I'm just gonna play. So yeah, these are E-shield enemies. So speaking of which, I just remember I need to equip accessories that gives me elemental normal attacks, either fire, light or dark, I forgot. She's dark, so it's fine. She's dark, so it's fine. She's dark too. But for Ruka, I need to equip a fire one or a dark one or a light one. Because when she hits, she wants to drop their E-shield. So I'm gonna put Ruka in the back for now.
届きませんよ。やるしかなさそうね。攻めるなら今です。力がたぎってくるな。遊びはここまでよ。いい推理ですね。意を示せゾロ。見せてもらうわ。
Oh, I should have broken him. I'm damned.
That's right.
In order to use the persona mechanics the right way, I should have counted so I can break both at the same time to use the all-out attack. I forgot. It's fine. Oh yeah, it does trigger as long as he gets that. Oh wait, he didn't get the... how does the one more works again? Oh, he doesn't have one more. It's only when you get the first limit break. Oh, I need to limit break him. You get the limit breaks for free in the event shop. I need to buy them. After this battle, I'm gonna do a pause in the video so I can go back to the event shop to buy the limit breaks. So I can activate his one more ability. I forgot about this. It's fine. Just need to be careful of the HP. And yeah, enemies with E-shield, elemental shields, when you break them, if you don't beat them when they're done, the E-shield regenerates. As always, really strong. Even maybe today you're even stronger than usual. Oh yeah, Queen is really hyped up. I didn't think she had enough physical strength to just defeat enemies with her fists. It's not like I'm doing it barehanded. Like, look, I actually have gloves. Yup, like, it's very funny, Makoto. Like, she's very strong and, like, violent, but also she's kinda embarrassed about it. It's something, like, just when she awakens her persona, one of my favorite scenes in Persona 5, and Ryuji is calling her basically a Hokuto no Ken character. He's calling her Seikimatsu Senpai, I forgot. Seikimatsu something Senpai. And Seikimatsu is basically, is literally, it's a pop culture word in Japan, but it's literally basically post-apocalyptic, but specifically post-apocalyptic world that looks like Hokuto no Ken or like Mad Max, etc. Seikimatsu, and he's calling her Seikimatsu something senpai, and she gets some burst.
何そのえぐいトゲトゲ
Yeah, what's with these like super like edgy spiky gloves?
ナックルダスターですね。握り込んでオーダーを強化する武器です。
So these are called knuckle dusters, and they really strengthen your punches.
ストレス解消にはカルシウムを取るといいわよ。
Why is she saying this? And Tsukasa is like, one good way to relieve stress is to get more calcium in your body.
そういう意味でこの武器にしたわけじゃないから、気づいた時にはこれだったの。自分でもしっくりきてるけど。
Well, it's not like I'm using these because I'm stressed or anything. Like, it just happened to be my weapons. They just became this, like, because you don't choose the weapons in Persona, you don't choose what your persona looks like, etc. And even myself, like, I do feel a bit embarrassed about it.
そうだったのね。とても似合ってると思うわ。
Well, do you? I think it looks really good on you.
少し複雑だけど、褒め言葉として受け取っておくわね。
Well, it feels a little bit weird hearing that, but thanks for the compliment, I guess. So yeah, Tsukasa, both when she's awakened and when she's normal mode, she's really, even in awakened stance, when she looks down on people that she respects, she actually respects them. And similarly, when she's in normal mode like this, she tends to, if she likes someone, she's just gonna say it. So yeah, I need to go back to the event menu so I can upgrade Morgana. Oh yeah, there are event missions. You can get Morgana's limit breaks coins by clearing some things related to event, and by leveling up Morgana, you get his level break things for free. So I need these left. Here, 10 battles with Morgana, and limit break him 3 times to get the rest of the coins, and get him the Aquared Badge. Aquared Badge are like an achievement system in Heaven's Red for each character. So for now, I've got these 3, so I'll be able to level break him a little bit. So I'll be able to unlock the one more ability at least. So this will be very useful. Like this, so now I can limit break Morgana up to level 2, limit break 2. So this way we'll get the one more, and we'll get the high booster. 味方全体のスキル攻撃力はプラス 5%. Which is good passive. And we'll be able to increase his max level also.
さすが我が輩だ。 これが我が輩の真の力。
Okay. And then on Luca, I needed to get her an accessory that says a fire, or light or darkness. So here. Okay. Okay, so I did the limit break from Morgana, so we can keep going now. It's already past midnight though, so I'm
シーツのことなら気にしなくて平気よ。
probably not gonna talk as loudly as
あり
before.
がとう。でも借りはちゃんと返しておきたい。
So she's like, don't worry about the sheets. And she's like, thanks,
あ
but
りがとう。でも借りはちゃんと返しておきたいの。
yeah, but even so, I still want to make myself useful. She feels really bad about how she pierced the sheets. So this is a mini
嫌な
boss
気
here.
配だな。慎重に行こうぜ。
I'm gonna beat the mini boss to get the drops behind him.
大丈夫なの？
Hmm.
怒らせると怖いよ。やるぞ。お遊びはここまでよ。よっ、待ってました。すごいわ。行くぞ。なんと。
Have to be a little bit careful.
あたしらならやれるさ。
Hmm. My mouse is bugging a little, so sometimes I have a hard time typing. So yeah, even if I picked the highest difficulty, it's pretty easy because my team is pretty well raised.
何か落ちてるぜ。ありがたくいただいちまおう。運転楽しみだ。
So I'm looking forward to driving.
運転楽しみだな。峠を攻めよった。だから丁寧に扱えって。
おもろいね。
通行の邪魔だ。やるしかなさそうね。
Speaking of which, what happens? It's pretty interesting because the Angel Beats characters, they had deflectors. Deflectors are basically the barriers that the characters use, and this also allows them to teleport. But the Persona characters, they didn't give them deflectors, so usually when you switch party members, they teleport using the deflectors. But here, Persona characters, they use some kind of Persona ability. They use their Phantom Thieves ability basically, like in the game, the original game, when they move from cover to cover, like shadows. That's what they're using basically to switch, it seems like. I just wanted to see his overdrive line. Sadly, this is non-elemental on this, so this won't reduce their E shield, so I can't really use this. Same with this one as well. How many hits? Only 3 hits, so there's not much point using it, but then just use this. Oh, I didn't equip the healing with Ruka. I don't have anyone that can heal actually, that's actually bad. You didn't notice. I didn't notice, I don't have anyone who can heal. Need to be careful. Alright. This is the same victory line as in Persona 5, but you can tell that they asked what was the name of the savior? I forgot her name, but she's extremely famous. She's Pikachu, she's Chopper. They actually paid fair to re-record the same lines as in Persona 5. Azayaka na shori da. That's what Morgana often says. Oh, so Violet is like, you are a detective, so it kinda reminds me of Kuro Senpai, and she's like, oh, I feel some kind of link with him, so like I feel some kind of camaraderie with my fellow detective, even if I never met him. So it's going to be a cutscene and then day end, I guess. I wonder how it's going, because there seems to be 7 days, so I assume that each day is going to be pretty short. Maybe 40 minutes each day on the collab. So collab story usually they last like 5 hours at most, so I assume that each day is not that long. Oh, these are the same doors as the Mementos in the game. When you need more people's reconnection. Pass. Hey, look at this. Oh, it's a shadow version of a character. A shadow Carol. That's your squad leader, right? What is she doing here? We gotta help her. No, wait. Why? Why I'm not getting more popular? So this is just like in Persona, like when the characters, most of the time the shadows, like sometimes they say something that are actually what the characters are thinking, sometimes that's not it. But here it seems like they're just reversing their feelings, because I don't think that's what Carol truly feels. That she's like, I don't even want to be the leader, and yet I'm doing it. And I didn't even want to make that stupid movie, and I even did it. Is a reference to her first event, where she ends up making a movie to promote the Seraphim Squad among the civilians, because the civilians they live in domes because they can't live in the post-apocalyptic world anymore. So they all live in domes under military supervision. And the domes are coated in cancer skin, in cancer outer shells. So this way the cancers, they think they're friend or foe identification. They think it's friend, so they don't attack the domes. So they're covering the domes with outer shells of cancers, of defeated cancers. And they don't have the internet, they don't have TV. The only thing they have is military broadcast. So she made a movie for them in one of the events. It was a very good event. Sadly, back then I didn't I didn't record my own playthrough yet, so there's no VODs, but it was a very good event. So yeah, she was the director of that movie, and she's like, and this is her shadow, so her feelings are reversed, and she's like, I didn't even want to make that movie.
キャロル
What are you saying?
アメリカンなダークヒーローがリーダーになるのは当然って言ってたじゃないですか。
You're the one who said you should obviously be the squad leader since you are a dark hero from America.
自分で作った映画に意気揚々と主役として出てたじゃないですか。
And the movie, you put so much of yourself into it, and you even did the lead role yourself.
あれは本物のキャロルじゃねえ。
It's not the real Carol.
細かい説明は省くが、シャドウには歪んだ欲望が形になったやつの他に、現実の人間と同じ姿をしたシャドウもいるんだ。
So it's going to be long to explain, but basically, besides the shadows born from the weak feelings of individuals, there's also shadows that have the same appearance as real people.
キャロルさんのシャドウってこと？
So is this a shadow?
見た目はな。だが、シャドウの気配とはまた違う。
Ah, やっぱりなるほど。
感じは。
So he's like, it looks like a shadow, but that's not it. Because yeah, in Persona, the shadows, what they're saying is still what the person actually feels like. But Carol doesn't feel like that. She wouldn't ever say that she doesn't actually want to be the leader, or she doesn't want to make movies for the civilians. So it's something different than a shadow.
そうよ。
Shadow cancer, Carol.
セラフ部隊の映画もなくなれば、もうこんな苦しまなくて済むじゃない。
Oh, I know. So if the Seraphim Squad disappears and the movies disappears as well, I won't have to suffer like this anymore.
私はもう戦わなくていいし、映画も作らなくていい。
I won't have to fight anymore, and I won't have to make movies anymore. So yeah, if it was a real shadow, she wouldn't say these things, because usually in Persona, the shadows, they still feel the same feelings as a real person.
アイリーンさん、
Now, she does feel pretty sad hearing, even if she knows it's not real. She does feel sad hearing about it. And again, this event is very well written, because they keep showing you how Violet is very empathic of other people, and she's noticing immediately how she's feeling.
ご心配ありがとうございます。でも、私は平気です。
Don't worry about me, I'm fine.
モナさんの気配を察する能力は確かなようですね。
So, your Mona's ability to detect presences seems to be quite accurate.
あれはキャロルさんでも、キャロルさんのシャドウでもない。
That's not Carol, and that's not a shadow either.
ただキャロルさんの姿をしたシャドウキャンサーです。
That's just a shadow cancer that took at her appearance.
ごちゃごちゃとうるさいわね。目障りなのよ、
She took her appearance, but the accent is the same. And just shut up, and you're so annoying, Kayamori Uruka.
なんで私を名指し？
Wait, why is she... why me specifically?
来るわよ。みんな構えて。
Here she comes, get ready. Oh, so like a mini boss fight. Even with only 4 characters, I think I should be able to win quite easily. Should be fine, I think. Make sure to equip Recover to Ruka, because I don't have any healing abilities otherwise. Recover. And and maybe, yeah, should be fine. Organa only has these two skills. Let's go. Yeah, it's all your fault, Kayamori Iruka. If you weren't here, if you didn't exist, I would be so much more popular. So if I make you disappear, my suffering will disappear as well. I won't have anything. I'll be able to. I won't have to do anything anymore if I just kill you.
なんかめっちゃ睨まれてる。これ戦って大丈夫なやつなの？
She's really hating me. Is it really okay to fight this kind of weird thing?
大丈夫だ。ここは我が輩を信じてくれ。
Yeah, trust me, it's fine.
皆さん、モナさんを信じて戦いましょう。
Let's trust him and fight.
了解。
覚悟を決めなさい。
Oh, いいね。なんか it's cool that Irene also has their own moments like this because I guess we meet other 3-1X squad mates in Shadow Cancer form as well. And Irene would get similar moments, and then at some point I guess the 3-1A characters, there will be Shadow Cancers of 3-1A characters as well. Maybe Yuki and Higumin and Tama, etc. It's gonna be pretty interesting.
どうだ。もらった。やっ。
Oh, she's actually using a EX skill. Oh, you got to kick us. I need to take this seriously.
私らならやれるさ。
Or else I'm actually going to die.
もらった。この。何くそ。
やるしかなさそうね。
そう。やっ。この。 油断は禁物だからな。ほいっとな。そこよ。
I forgot Mona has a heal. He's a healer technically, so forgot.
何くそ。
やるしかなさそうね。
I should break her this turn. Might even be enough to defeat her if I just use my EX. Oh. No, wait. Because I want to use the all-out attack. Don't do that yet. I survive, it's fine. I'll survive.
私らならやれるさ。攻めるなら今です。何これ、すごい。引導を渡す。いい推理ですね。ここまでよ。いいぞ。
Okay. And after the bonus turn, we go into overdrive. And unlike the original Persona 5, even if the enemy doesn't die, you always get the cutscene, because you wouldn't see the cutscene much anymore otherwise, because in Heaven Mazred the battle system is different, so you wouldn't see the cut-in, the all-out attack cut-in as much if it was only when the enemy dies. And then with Lucas EX, I can finish this. I'm gonna debuff her again. And I can increase her. I can increase her destruction rate, even if it just won't do much damage. It can increase her destruction rate. So with Aiden's EX as well, because it's non-elemental, so it's not fire or lightning or light or dark, so it doesn't do much damage. But at least I increase her destruction rate. Max. So the percentage the enemy has when you break them is the destruction rate, and basically the percentage is a multiplier. So the maximum right now for this enemy is 300%, which is not bad. So the maximum for this enemy is 300%, which means all my damage is multiplied by 300%. So it's a percentage multiplier damage multiplier. But once the enemy heals their DP gauge or their elemental shield, as you will have to break them again for the destruction rate to be effective again. At least the destruction rate doesn't reset, so even if I need to break her again, the destruction rate will stay at 300, but it won't be taken into account if she's not in a break state. Should be enough to defeat her. Most, I'll just use this again. I'm gonna go into overdrive again. I might as well. I want to hear Aiden's overdrive line. I don't hear it as much because I don't use her that much. She's like, okay, so it's time for the scene where we explain the mystery and say who the killer is. I forgot. There's that specific name for this, but I forgot. Take it to him. Time for the scene where we will reveal the culprit. That's what she's saying. That's okay. I'm gonna use their other EX as well, just to show it off, even if it won't do much damage. Oh, that was enough to defeat her. Nice. So what's going to happen? Is it just going to disappear, or is it going to talk more, or it just disappears? Okay. She disappeared.
あれはキャロル本人ではなく、シャドウキャンサーの影響から生まれたシャドウのような存在のはずだ。
Well, it wasn't Carol herself, it was something, an existence similar to a shadow that was born due to the influence of the shadow cancers.
はい。
キャロルさん本人ならあんなこと言うはずありません。
Yeah, if it was the real Carol, she would never say these kind of things.
メメントスに出現するシャドウは現実の人間の歪んだ心から生まれる。でもキャロルさんに歪んだ心がないとしたら。
But so, usually in Mementos, the shadows that appear there are born from the wicked feelings of individuals. But Miss Carol doesn't have any wicked feelings, so...
シャドウキャンサーが何かしたのかもしれねえな。
So, even if she doesn't have negative feelings, it seems that the shadow cancer did something.
敵はシャドウでもキャンサーでもない存在。私たちの知らない攻撃を加えられた可能性は十分あるわね。
So she awakened because it's a serious situation, and in order to analyze what's happening, she awakened herself, and she's like, so we might have an enemy. So our enemy is neither the shadows you guys are used to or the cancers we guys are used to. So they might use similar tactics and similar, just like the Carol just now, they might use similar attacks from now on. So we need to be careful about that.
なんで私をあんなに睨んできてたんだろう。
I wonder why she hated me so much.
知らないわよ。あなたのことだから、どこかで誰かをイラつかせたんじゃない？
I have no idea, but I mean, it's you we're talking about here, so you probably did something that makes people hate you anyway.
ここは異世界。高輪メメントスだ。こちらの常識が当てはまるとは限らない。
So, but this is another world, and this is the Takanawa Mementos, so our logic doesn't apply here anymore. The logic we know doesn't apply here.
とりあえずこれからどうする？行き止まりっぽいけど。
So, what are we going to do for now? This is a dead end.
調査目標の戦闘も見当たりませんね。
And it doesn't seem... We are not seeing the spire anywhere. We are not close to the spire at all.
一度戻りましょう。念のためキャロルさんの様子も確認した方がいいわ。
I think we should go back for now, especially because I want to check on Carol just to check if she's fine. But yeah, this is the end of day 2, I assume. After, there's going to be a night segment, 2 night segments, and then it's going to be at the end of day 2, I assume.
よーし、こっからは私がモナカーを運転するぜ。
Okay, so this time let me drive.
茅森さん、聞こえるかしら？
Can you hear me? Emily?
聞こえるよ。どうかしたの？
Yeah, what's happening?
あなたたちが探索中にシャドウキャンサーが外に出てきたの。
So while you guys were investigating inside, there's a few shadow cancers who started going outside the dungeon.
対象は 31X が討伐済みよ。ただ今後の対応のために急遽全焼基地を整備したわ。
So, for now, let me...
対象は 31X が討伐済みよ。ただ今後の対応のために急遽全焼基地を整備したわ。
Oh, so... Let me check just in case. Oh, okay, I had to check the kanji just to be sure. So she's saying... So the shadow cancers that got out of the dungeon, the Sanichi X, the squad 31X are currently dealing with them. But in order to prevent this from happening again, we set up a temporary base in the front lines. We set up an outpost near the tower.
位置情報を送るから、しばらくはそこを拠点に活動するように。
And I'm going to send you the information, the coordinates now. So for now, you should make this place, that outpost, your base of operations.
了解。
それと申し訳ないのだけれど、全焼基地に配備できる一般兵は決して多くないの。
Sorry, but we don't have a lot of personnel to assign to the outpost.
状況次第では、あなたたちにも見張りや雑務をお願いすることになるわ。
And so, depending on the situation, we might have to ask you guys to take care of the reconnaissance and taking care of the outpost in general.
詳しい内容は追って七瀬から伝えます。
And more details will be sent to you by Nanamin later on.
シャドウキャンサーが高輪メメントスの外に。
Yeah, she's pretty bad because sometimes even if the domes are protected by the outer shells, there's still times where the cancers attack the domes anyway. So this is a bad situation.
メメントスの外にシャドウが出ることはあるんですか？
Usually, does this happen? Shadows appearing outside the mementos?
ないな。本来は異世界でしか存在できないはずだ。
No, usually they can only exist in the other world, in the alternate world. They can't exist elsewhere.
キャロルさんの様子も気になります。何もないといいけど。
I'm worried about Carol. Hopefully nothing happened to her. Oh, she's here.
バイオレット、読んだかしら？
Hey, did you call me?
キャロルさん、大丈夫ですか？気分が落ち込んでいるとか、怪我をしているとか、あと。
So, are you okay? You're not feeling unwell? Like you're not hurt? Or not feeling weird or something? Because yeah, in Persona 5 especially, when they're always careful to not kill people's shadows, because if you kill someone's shadow, they actually die in real life as well. So that's why she's so worried, just to be sure. So it really wasn't her shadow, or else she would be dying herself. So it really wasn't a shadow.
すみません。私ったらつい質問攻めをしてしまって。
Oh, sorry, I just bombarded you with so many questions.
No problem よ。心配してくれてありがとう。
Oh, thanks for worrying about me.
ねえキャロル、もしかしてなんだけど、私のこと嫌いだったりしない？
So, I'm asking you just in case, but do you actually hate me?
What? なんでそんなことを聞くのかしら？
Why are you asking me this?
特に問題なさそうだな。
It doesn't seem like it seems like she's fine.
本人に影響はなく、ただ見た目が同じだけのようね。
So yeah, it wasn't really her shadow, it just looked like her shadow, but it wasn't.
よかった。
Oh, thank God.
アイリーンのフォローで苦労をかけたな。
So, it seems like you guys took care of Irene and helped her out. I've been helping her out.
なんでフォローされてる前提なんですか？
Why are you assuming that they had to help me?
安心してください。とても活躍されていますよ。
No, don't worry. She's the one who helped us actually.
ならいい。
Oh, it's fine then. So, one thing with Heaven Burns Red is so in the squads, you always have 6 characters in each squad, and there's often pairs. And in the 3-1X squad, so you always have 6 characters, so you always have 3 pairs in each squad in a way. And sometimes it's kinda Yuri themed pairs, sometimes it's like because of their relationships, etc. And there's multiple pairs as well. So, for example, Maria and Irene, they get along the most. But Maria also gets along with Ichigo, for example, because they both like baseball. Ichigo from the assassin girl we saw at the beginning of the video. Because Maria and Ichigo, they both like baseball, they often play catchball together. So there's pairings, but like there's like different pairings, and that's what makes it so interesting. And you often have characters, even if they're not from the same squad, they interact with each other sometimes, etc. So it's very interesting.
そこまで言われると、なんか照れますね。
Yeah, I am blushing like I didn't. If you praise me that much, I'm blushing a little.
高輪メメントスから出てきたキャンサーは、すべて私たちが倒しました。
So we took care of all the shadow cancers that got out of the Takanawa Mementos.
この勝利をルカに捧げます。
And I'm dedicating this victory to you, Urika.
みんなありがとう。私たちも帰ろっか。
Okay, thanks for taking care of it. So we should go back now. Yeah.
ルカが隣にいる仮面と仲良く。
Urika is getting way too much along with this masked guy.
シャドウの気配か。
Is that a shadow I feel?
モナ早く変身して。
Mona, hurry up and transform so we can go.
お
Yeah. 面白いね、これ。Oh, we're going back to the... not to the base, but to the outpost that they made. So we're not going back to the base, it seems. Or maybe we're going back to the base first, and then we are going to move to the outpost. I don't know. Oh yeah, we moved directly to the outpost. So this way we can keep an eye on the
皆さん
spire.
お疲れ様です。
Welcome back, everyone.
ここが全焼基地ですか。
So that's the outpost.
急遽整備したと聞いていたけど、それにしては広いし整っているわ。
So I heard that this was an emergency this was an emergency made outpost, but like it's pretty clean and it's really big. So yeah, this is also one of the many things regarding the world building and Heaven Benzed, the sci-fi and the fantasy and the military elements and the alien elements and the fighting and the post-apocalyptic stuff and the character relationships. Everything is really intricate, and they often end up camping out in outposts or in like camping, and they always talk about taking turns to do reconnaissance, to be a scout in case they get attacked, etc. So they always do this kind of stuff really well. It's really like it's really I forgot how you say this, like I can't think about the French word, I can think about the Japanese word, but I can't think about the English word. It's like very like I forgot how you say this, but like it's very intricate basically.
短期間でここまで仕上げるなんて、司令部もそれだけ本気ってことね。
So it seems like the commander is taking the situation really seriously if she ordered this outpost to be constructed in such a short time.
司令部はいつでも本気だと思いますが。
I mean, I think she's always taking things seriously though.
茅森の運転もなかなか手慣れていたな。
Oh, your driving was pretty good as well.
最初はいろいろとヒヤヒヤしたが、意外とやるじゃねえか。
Yeah, it was a bit weird at first, but you did pretty well.
鼻歌混じりにハンドル回してたわね。
Oh, and you were singing while driving too.
その鼻歌もとても上手でした。
Your singing was really good as well. Oh, by the way, they didn't say that Yuruka is a singer yet, and I didn't mention it in my first video as well, I forgot. The 31A squad mates, they are all doing concerts at the same time. In the base, in the cafeteria, there's a stage, they do concerts there, and they broadcast them to the civilians to give them hope. And Yuruka used to be a legendary singer actually, before joining the army basically. That was the tale at the beginning of the game. Each character before joining the army, they had a special talent or a special ability. So this is why they were chosen to join the Seraphim Squadron. Was scouted to join the Seraphim Squadron, and Luca's special talent is how she was an exceptional singer. They say apparently her singing has special waves that can heal people and stuff basically.
茅森さんはこちらの世界では伝説のロックバンドシーズレジェンドの元ギター&ボーカルなんです。
So yeah, Kayamori actually in our world, she's a legendary singer and guitarist. She was part of a rock band called She's Legend.
セラフ基地でも新生シーレジェとしてやってるよ。
And ever since I joined the base, the Seraphim Squadron, I'm doing a new version of the group with my squad mates.
ちなみに私はキーボードを担当しているわ。
And by the way, I'm the keyboardist in the new group.
そうだったんですね。もしよろしければ、ぜひ一度聞いてみたいです。
Oh, is that so? I'd love to hear you guys play once.
残念ですが、全焼基地に楽器の用意はありません。
Well, so sadly, we couldn't prepare any instruments in the outpost.
なんてことなの？
No way. Well, like, usually you wouldn't bring instruments in such a place in the first place, so...
私も聞いてみたかったけど、まずは任務を優先しなきゃいけないと思うし、 仕方ないんじゃないかしら。
I would love to hear you guys play as well, but first we need to focus on our mission, so we'll set this aside for now.
待つのは天国それとも地獄かな。うまい。私も披露したかった。
I want to show off too.
事前にお伝えした通り、これから皆さんにもいくつか作業をしていただきます。
So yeah, like we told you previously, we will have you take care of the outpost and do various tasks.
何をすればいいでしょうか。
What are we supposed to do?
皆さんにお願いする作業は炊事、物資の仕分け、高輪メメントスの地図作成の3点です。
So we need you to let me check the kanji. And by the way, here when Horuka is singing,
待つのは天国それとも地獄かな。
when she's singing
セラフ基地でも神聖仕入れジェとしてやってるよ。
and where she's talking, you can tell her voice is slightly different because the seiyu is Kusunoki Tomori. Kusunoki Tomori is actually quite mainstream nowadays because she voiced, I think it was one of the girls in Chainsaw Man. I forgot which girl. Maybe the Makina, the very popular girl. I think she's voiced by her. But she's a very popular seiyuu nowadays, and I think in the past she used to be part of either a seiyuu group, I forgot, but she stopped doing, I think it was Love Live or something, but because of a certain chronic illness, she stopped doing characters where she needs to do the dancing and concerts and stuff. So when she started voicing Ruka in Heaven Burns Red, they picked someone else to do the singing, and the singer is someone called Sai-san. It's written X-I-I. So that's why her singing voice is different. Yeah, so she's saying we need you guys to map the dungeon, to sort the bushes, like the resources of the outpost, the tools, the resources, the I forgot how you say this in English, but like everything you need to live for the outpost to work. And the first one, I need to check the kanji because I don't know what it is.
皆さんにお願いする作業は炊事、物資の仕分け、高輪メメントスの地図作成の3点です。
Suiji ってなんだっけ? Oh, the cooking. So yeah, you guys will have to cook for yourself. You will have to sort the resources, etc. And you will have to map the mementos as well. So I guess this will be like mini games that we'll be able to do in these days during the event.
どのように分担するかは一任しますので、決まり次第端末にお送りした作業場所へ向かってください。
So I'll let you guys decide how to divide the tasks. So once you are ready, you should each go to the assigned area to do your
そ
tasks.
れと、茅森さんは作業前に司令部まで任務の報告をお願いします。
Kayomiri, before you start doing your tasks, I want you to report to the commander.
了解。
それでは失礼いたします。
で、どうするんだ？
So what are we going to do?
せっかくだから私たちと怪盗団でペアになるようにしようか。
Oh, pretty nice idea. So, since we should take this occasion to get to know each other more, so we should make pairs, and we should each pair with a Phantom Chief.
勝手がわからないこともあると思うし、その方が助かるわ。
And there's a lot of things we don't know yet, so this will be very helpful.
ペア決めはグーチョキパーでやりましょう。
Goo Chaki Pa ってなんだ? So we're going to decide the pairs with Goo Chaki Pa, which is like...
決まりました。
I guess this is like drawing sticks or something.
炊事は東條さんとクイーンさん。
So the cooking will be Makoto, Queen, and Tsukasa.
それなりにはできると思うから、 任せて。
Makoto in the game, she's living alone with her sister, and so she can cook for herself. So she'll be fine. Tsukasa, I'm pretty sure Tsukasa is pretty interesting because when she's not awakened, the only thing she's really strong about, she's only smart about, is food. It's like recipes and like food you can't find in Japan and very specific trivia on certain cuisine, etc. So that's the only thing she knows when she's not in awakened mode. So maybe she knows actually how to cook pretty well as well.
レシピには結構自信あるわ。情報員だもの。
Yeah, so she's like, I'm pretty confident about my recipe knowledge. I'm an informant after all. So yeah, she's boasting, but she's extremely stupid when she's not in awakened mode, but she does know a lot about recipes.
飲食店の裏メニューでも探ってるんですか？
Are you going to 飲食店って、飲食店な、how do you translate this again? She's like, are you going to do the hidden recipes of a restaurant or something? Yeah, just restaurant. Inshokuten is just restaurants. Are you going to do like why like you don't have to go overkill and like do some kind of hidden recipe of some kind of restaurant?
地図作成は茅森さんとジョーカーさん、それとモナさん。
So the mapping of the surroundings will be handled by Eureka and Joker and Mona.
了解した。
通った場所はしっかり覚えてるぜ。
Don't worry, I remember all the places we passed.
地図作りか。細かい作業は苦手なんだよな。
Wow, making a map. I'm really not good at this kind of intricate work. So yeah, Eureka is really dumb. So it's pretty funny because she's the squad leader, but usually Yuki is the brain of the squad, of the 31A squad, and Yuki is the one doing everything most of the time.
逆に聞きますけど、何か得意な作業はあるんですか？
So yeah, Eureka is like, I'm not really good at this kind of work, and Aiden is like, I'm asking you just in case, but honestly I don't think you're good at anything anyway. I don't think there's any intricate work you're good at in the first place, so why are you saying this?
ギターと歌。
Oh, I'm really good at the guitar and singing.
物資の仕分けは私とバイオレットさんですね。
So Bushi, the resources, I still don't remember how you say this, but it's the materials and stuff, sorting the materials and stuff. Aiden and Violet will handle it.
よろしくお願いします。
突っ込むのも面倒になってるじゃねえか。
Like, it's really kind of tiresome to. I don't even want to say like whether it is going to go well or not. It's too tiresome to just to do at Tsukumi. Oh, cooking. Is it going to be a mini game or something?
すみません。任務もあるのに炊事まで手伝わせてしまって。
Oh, so the cooking stuff is like, oh, I'm so sorry, like you guys need to do the mission, and yet we're asking you to help with the cooking as well.
気にしないでください。私もお世話になっている身ですから。
Don't worry, I mean, you guys are taking care of us really well, so it's fine.
本当に助かります。カレーの材料と調理器具、レシピはここにありますので、よろしくお願いします。
Thanks a lot. So we have the ingredients of our curry and the tools, the frying pan and stuff, and the pots and the frying pans and stuff. Ryori dogu. I forgot how you read this, but this is ri do dogu or something. So yeah, the utensils. The utensils and the recipes are here, so you can use them and start cooking.
まさかレシピが決まっていたなんて。
Oh, I didn't think that we would have to follow a recipe. She thought she could show off and do her own recipe, but they just need to follow the one which they were handed.
少ない人員でみんなのご飯を作るとなると、メニューを分けるのは大変だものね。
I mean, if you want to make a menu with an entree, hors d'oeuvre, etc., if you want to make a real menu, it's not very cost effective in these kind of situations where you need to feed a lot of people, so.
私たちは食材のカットと下ごしらえか。東條さんはどれからやる？
So we need to chop down the ingredients. So Tojo, what you wanna start with?
何でもいいわよ。
I'm fine with it. I'm fine with anything.
そうじゃあ人参の皮むきをお願い。私はじゃがいもをやるから。
So please peel the carrots and I'm going to peel the potatoes.
任せて。
Yeah, leave it to me. Can she even do this? Oh, 上手だね。
すごい小さくなっちゃったけど、可愛いから問題ないわよね。
Oh wait, she didn't do it well at all. she peeled the meat of the carrot as well. She didn't peel just the skin. She's like, it became really small, really small, but it's cute, so it's fine, right?
東條さんってもしかして料理したことなかったりする？
I'm asking, but did you ever cook before?
考えてみればあまりないわね。
Thinking about it, no, I didn't. I never cooked that much. So this is pretty interesting because I haven't played all the events yet and all the Kizuna events yet, but I'm pretty sure this is the first time they show that she actually can't cook. So she's also one of the very interesting things, the cool things about Heaven Benzred. Even in the collabs like this, they tell you more about the characters. I'm pretty sure it's the first time we know that even if our we'll see our Kasak, she can do anything, so she should be able to cook as well. But when she's in normal mode like this, even if she knows a lot of recipe and she knows a lot of trivia about food and stuff, she actually can't cook for herself, which is pretty interesting.
少し前の地震はどこから来てたの？
So why were you so confident before?
レシピは頭に入ってるわ。
Because I know all the recipe.
それならお肉に軽く塩を振っておいてもらえる？
Okay, so can you put some salt on this meat, please?
実に私向きの仕事じゃない。了解よ。
Oh, she's perfect. It's a perfect job for me. Sure. She's going to put a
私のお姉
ton.
ちゃんもこんな気持ちだったのかしら？
Oh, いいね、これ。Makoto is like, I wonder if my sister used to feel this way too. She's talking about her sister when she was little because their parents died, right? This is something you learn in Persona pretty fast, so it's not a spoiler or anything. After Makoto joins the party and she talks about her family and stuff, about her father and stuff. Speaking of which, I forgot what happened to her mother, but I think her mother already passed away. And then her father was a policeman, right? An inspector, and then he passed away as well. He was killed in action, if I remember correctly. So her older sister, she had to take care of Makoto. So Makoto right now is like, when she was teaching me how to cook for myself and stuff, she's probably how my sister was feeling. This is a really good moment.
見たところ、クイーンは結構慣れてるのね。
Like, it seems you're really used to cooking.
家に一人でいることが多かったから自然とね。
Yeah, because I'm by myself most of the time at home.
寂しくないの？私なら寂しさのあまり眠れなくなると思うのだけれど。
Aren't you lonely? Weren't you lonely? If it was me, like, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't even be able to sleep because I'd be so lonely.
情報員がそれで大丈夫なのかしら？
Like, are you sure you're an informant? Like, you're so easily destabilized for an informant. Are you sure you're an informant?
私、姉と二人で暮らしているんだけど、姉は仕事で家にいないことが多くて。
So I live with my big sister, but she's often at work, so most of the time she's not at home.
寂しくないと言えば嘘になるけれど、それよりも感謝の気持ちの方が大きいわ。
いいね. She's such a good person. So, like, I wouldn't say I was never lonely, but I always felt very grateful to her, and this feeling of gratefulness was bigger than the loneliness I was feeling.
じゃあ、今度私がクイーンの家に遊びに行ってあげるわ。
Oh, really? So, one of these days I gotta go hang out at your place.
それはすごく嬉しいけど、この世界の人たちは 私の家に来られるのかしら。
I would love to, but I wonder if the people from this world can they come to my place? Would you be able to come to our world?
確かに
Oh, that makes sense. She didn't even think about this. She didn't even notice they're not from the same world. She's so dumb. This is a really, really good moment. So,
医療品のチェックは全て完了です。破損や欠品もありませんでした。
so I'm done checking all the. I forgot what this is, but it's not important. Basically, the materials and stuff. I'm done checking everything, and there's no issues.
こちらも整頓終わりました。次は衣類のチェックですね。
It's like the carps, etc. I think, right? Like this is not that important anyway. But okay, sorry, I'm done checking this as well. So next is these things.
了解です。替えの制服よし、帽子よし、
Oh,
下着は
the clothes. So okay, so we're checking the clothes, the resources regarding the provisions, regarding the clothings now. So we have some change of clothes, some hats, and the underwear.
あれチェックリストに記載されている小包が見当たりません。
Oh, so there was a specific koshizumi, like a small type that was written on the list, but I can't see it anywhere. Let me check this.
あれチェックリストに記載されている小包が見当たりません。
Koshitsume.
少し調べさせてください。
Oh, let me investigate.
はい。そんなにつぶらな瞳でじっと見つめられると、名探偵でも気になってしまうと言いますか。
If you keep staring like that, even if I'm a great detective, it's going to bother me a little.
すみません。邪魔するつもりはなかったんです。
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to bother you.
ただ、横顔があまりにも真剣だったので、つい見てしまったと言いますか。いえ、真剣になるのは当然だと思うんですが。
No, it's just that your profile looked so serious that I couldn't help but keep looking. But I mean, it's normal. You would be so serious in such a situation.
うまく言葉にできずすみません。
Sorry, I can't really explain it.
いえ、謝る必要はないですよ。
Oh, it's fine. No need to apologize.
古墳、亡くなった小包の周囲ですが、軽く荒らされた形跡がありました。
So it's Kozutsumi. Let me check if I can find. So yeah, I had to check the kanji just to be sure. So they're talking about how there's a small package, Kozutsumi. There's a small package missing. So Irene is saying that she can see there are traces of people opening the bags where the parcels, where the small package were. So she knows someone opened it, so someone took it.
そして何よりの証拠がこの黒い羽です。
And the decisive evidence is this black feather.
カラスの羽？
Oh, is it a crow's feather?
ここに運ばれてくる途中、目を離した隙に持って行ってしまったんでしょう。
It's probably when the supplies were being transported. It's probably a crow that opened it up and picked it out. Why no one noticed?
ということで、この件は私に任せてください。バイオレットさんは先に他のチェックを進めておいてもらえると助かります。
So you can just leave this to me and you can go check the other supplies.
アイリーンさん？
What happened to her? Oh, so this is I never played the events, but I ended up getting spoiled a little. This is basically like her familiar or something that accompanies her. But I guess they're going to explain, so I'm not gonna explain it now because I think the scene is going to explain it anyway. Oh, 掴むのか。So, I know there's certain things about Irene, but I'm not gonna say what's on purpose to not spoil. If you want to know, you should play the game and you should play her events. And actually didn't play her events myself yet, but I ended up getting spoiled, so I know what's happening. But basically, this bird, this crow, Charmy, it was called Charmy, Jamie, is, you could say it's something like her familiar or something. So that's why she knew it's who the culprit was when she spotted the crow feather. So it's a crow, and he stole the woman's underwear that was in the small bags in the supplies. And she's like, so you shouldn't be stealing this one, so give it back. And so he dropped it, and she's like, you didn't have to drop it like that, should have brought it to me. So the underwear was dropping like that, right? Because it's light, and Violet jumped and catched it. But now it's going to be, Violet is going to notice that Irene was talking to the crow. Wait, no, why did you follow me? Well, I was curious, so... Oh, is that so? Well, thanks for catching that. Oh, I mean, no need. You're the one who managed to get it back, right? So you were trying to bring it, to give it back, right? As in, you're the one who stole it, and you're the one who giving it back. Irene is like, oh no, but I mean, yes, in a way, because it's their crow who stole it. Like, if you don't need to hide something from me, I'm going to help you, whatever it is. So yeah, it's a misunderstanding because Violet thinks that Irene is the one that likes stealing underwear, and she's like, so you don't have to steal, you shouldn't steal, right? The only thing we're stealing is bad people's hearts. Oh, she noticed the crow. And she's like, I can't stand this guilt, I can't stand this misunderstanding, so just let me confess and explain everything. So it's going to be a small spoiler for Irene's events. I guess she's going to reveal what I'm hinting at. So actually this crow is called Jamie, and I've been raising it in secret. It's not that important, but might as well. I don't know what dansu means in this context. I assume something like a cage, but like that is probably not important. But she's like, I've been raising this crow in secret.
パンツに包まれて寝るのが好きになり、
Ah,
過
Tansu,
去にも下着を盗んだ
覚えてる。
前科がありまして。
Tansu is like the thing to dry clothes, right? I remember now. I did hear this word before. It's like the not specifically a dryer, but like in French it's penderie. I forgot how you say this in English, but it's in French it's penderie. That's Tansu, right? I forgot how you say this in English, but the thing like a closet, but not really a closet. I forgot how you say this in English. So yeah, because he's always inside there, he started liking the feel of underwear and sleeping inside, so now he started stealing underwear. So which is something they explain in her events, and I don't know because I never played the event, but I ended up getting spoiled, so this is not exactly the first time I hear something like this. I don't know all the details, but I do know that she has a crow and that would like stealing underwear.
どんな罰でも受けます。サンドリオさんに裁かれても構いませんから、せめてジェイミーだけは見逃してください。
Sandrion-san. It's funny because she's calling Violet's persona with a honorific. It's very funny. So yeah, you can't punish me or anything, but please don't tell other people about Jamie.
そんなことしませんから、頭を上げてください。
Like you can even punish me with Sandrion, with Miss Sandrion, and she's like, yeah, don't worry about it. No need to bow.
経緯は分かりましたし、ジェイミーさんには人のものを取ったらダメだと一緒に教えてあげましょう。
It's okay, we can just teach him together that you shouldn't steal people's stuff.
バイオレットさん、あなたは女神です。
Yeah. It's like, wow, you're like a goddess to me now. Like, way too exaggerating, crazy.
違いますから、拝まないでください。
And she's like, stop it. She has a pretty fun scene as well. So with each scene we're learning more about the characters. So with Joker and Ruka, I guess Ruka might talk about her past a little bit more. About her rock
司
band.
令部に報告も終わったし、ジョーカーとモナのところに行かなくちゃ。
Oh, we can actually explore the outpost in 3D. It's really cool. And some of the San Ichibi characters. This is Alde Lantoka. It's called Aldehyde. She's German and she likes ninjas. So she's actually a real ninja as well. But she likes standing out, so she's not very a proper ninja. She's a ninja who likes standing out. But Aldehyde. Kanzaki Aldehyde. And I was wondering, because we are not going back to the base, I was thinking, sadly, we won't get to interact with the other characters, but it seems like some of the other characters will be staying at the outpost sometimes, so we will still see them, which is pretty cool. So we have Higumin as well. It looks like she's Higumin, I think.
やはり高輪メメントスには入れないか。
勝手なことしてると怒られるぞ。
So this Higumin, this is like the scientist, one of the in the base there's a laboratory and she's the main scientist there, and she's a specialist of seraphs, the weapons wielded by the characters. The weapons wielded by the characters. She's a specialist of the seraphims. She's a very interesting character, and I wouldn't say she's one of my 6 favorite characters, but she's very, very interesting. And remember the thing I was saying earlier regarding the pairings in the game, and how there's actually several pairings. So obviously there's a lot of Yuri undertones, or even like depending on your interpretation, it's not even undertones anymore between Ruka and Yuki. So it's one of the pairings, and they're both from the same squad. But there's also another pairing between Yuki and Higuchi, because Yuki is a hacker and she's one of the smart people in the squad, and she's the sole smart person in the 3-1A squad. And because Higumin Higuchi Higuchi Seika. Her first name is Seika, but most people call her Higuchi, and Ruka nicknames her Higumin. So most players call her Higumin as well. So Higumin, because she's a scientist, Yuki, because she's a hacker, they often talk regarding things they need to analyze, data they need to figure out, etc., etc. So they often hang out together, and so it is one of the pairings in the game as well, and this is one of my favorite pairings. We can explore in 3D. There are sometimes certain elements, certain dungeons, certain places you can explore in 3D like this, but you can't, it's a fixed camera. So I want to show you Higumin's face, so give me a face. So, I can show you Higumin's face if we look at the profiles. So that's what she looks like. And she's like a self-proclaimed mad scientist, so she does anything for her research. If you look, that's what she looks like in 3D, because I can't turn the camera to show you. That's what she looks like. And she's a seraph, and she's a seraph specialist, so like, I'm not going into spoilers, but because she's a scientist, she knows more about certain things than other characters, basically. And she's one of the many things, many secrets, many interesting things about the main story you will learn as you play through the game, if you're interested. No, びっくりした。めっちゃびっくりした。
軍師というよりは現場監督ですね。
I didn't understand 現場トンクってなんだろう。So yeah, she's actually a real ninja, and she actually can do real ninja things like bunshin. She can actually do real bunshin. And the objective is go meet Joker and Mona, but this is my first time in here, so I want to explore and run around and see the various angles. You can't turn the camera angle, but as you move, the camera moves as well, so you can still see the surroundings a little. They're here, but I'm not gonna hear yet. I'm not gonna go there yet because I want to go left to see if there are other lines to hear. So this is a continuation when we saw them this morning, when Ichigo was like, after Koju was trying to summon her persona, Ichigo was like, when you hear it, you kinda want to say it yourself. So now she's saying it, and her little sister is like, you're saying it really well, but yeah, you're not summoning anything. And Shadow is probably going to say some yandere stuff. She's like, that's what I suspected, so this masked person is going to steal Ruka from me. Ruka is like drawn away by the person with the mask. No, it's pretty small actually, but even if it's small, it's really cool that for a collab event, this is something time limited. Once the collab ends, you won't be able to play it anymore. They actually bothered making a 3D explorable area, even if it's small. This is really, really cool. There's no one else, right? Yeah, there's no one else. And you cannot enter the buildings. It will be asking for too much, obviously. So in the first video I talked about Momo and her sister Ichigo, who the assassins who joined the army to fight for humanity. So yeah, if you look at Ichigo, I really like her design, really incredibly cool design. And this is also, I talked about the character design a little bit in the first video in the intro. I think Heaven Burns Red is one of the, maybe few gacha games, sociage, where all the characters have very cool designs. Obviously, some of them are still stereotyped, but like a lot of them have really good designs. And I've been watching anime and playing games for over 30 years, so I'm the kind of anime boomer who is like very unimpressed by most gacha games character designs, and it's something I talk about all the time. If you listen to my streams about Genshin, etc., or my articles, like I should put an article talking about this in the description of the video below, but like most gacha characters, I find them incredibly boring looking character design wise, because they need to make them as stereotypical as possible and copy pre-existing character designs so people can know what kind of character it is at the first glance, so they immediately fall in love with the character and they want to draw them in the gacha banners, right? And they also always typecast the seiyuu, the Japanese voice actors, and they specifically tell them to voice the character just like this one specific character that you did before, which is popular. We made this character which is very similar. We want you to voice this character because you voiced this past character we copied to make this gacha character. So nearly all gacha games, especially the Chinese and Korean ones, they work like this. Nikkei, Genshin, Azure Lane, Drew Archive, etc. And Heavenman's Red is one of the very few gacha games with designs I think actually have some originality to them. But of course you also have very stereotypical characters, but it's just like a typical RPG Japanese games in general, in how the characters are stereotypical at first glance, but they have a lot of depths and a lot of very surprising and cool stories and backstories and developments. So yeah, anyway, I was saying Ichigo is really cool, and she's one of my favorite designs. So yeah, this is Ichigo and she's her little sister Sumomo. So she has a gun, and you can see she has holsters as well, because they're assassins. So even if their guns don't work against the cancer anymore, they're still carrying their guns anyway. So that's why she has holsters for ammunition. And I think her gun is on the other side, maybe, or maybe she is hiding it. And like Sumomo, I think she's hiding it. You can see her. You can see it on her 3D model, I think. And her seraph is a gun as well. Her seraph is a gun. But yeah, you can't see the normal gun that she's carrying. I think it's somewhere in her back or something, or inside her vest or something. But yeah. It's pretty funny because some characters are used to using certain weapons in real life, but before they join the army, they're specifically using certain weapons, but their seraph is a different type of weapon, most notably Sahara-chan, Ogasahara Hisame. I nicknamed her Sahara-chan, like the desert. Ogasahara Hisame. I nicknamed her Sahara-chan.
この程度のこと、天才剣士には余裕なんです。
She's a self-proclaimed genius swordswoman, but she's actually extremely strong. She's an extremely strong swordswoman, but her seraph is actually a gun, so she always tries to wield it as if she's wielding a sword, and it's one of the recurring jokes of the game that often comes up, and she has a huge complex about it. Oh, her seraph is a gun for some reason, even though she's a swordswoman. So she tries various ways to try to use it as if she would use it like a sword. It's pretty funny. Anyway, maybe she will show up in the event. So yeah, I was a bit sad at first that they talk about the outpost, because I thought this would mean we won't meet the other characters that were not directly involved in the collab. I thought it would mean we won't get to see other characters than Aileen, Tsukasa, and Iruka. But the other characters, they do come to the outposts at some times, so it's nice we get to see them as well. Anyway, let's proceed. Really cool. This is probably the last scene.
お待たせ。進捗はどう？
Oh yeah, we were supposed to draw the map, right? So how's it going? Sorry for making you wait. How's it going?
地図の記入は済んでいる。確認してもらっていいか。
Oh, so we pretty much done with the map. You should check it. You should check and see how it is. But well, Ruka is stupid, so I don't think she can double check.
早っ。え、しかもこれ全部ジョーカーの手書き？超魔術じゃん。
Oh, is this like some kind of joke about how Joker is like self-mapping in his head the dungeon is in Persona 5? Something, speaking of which, maybe in Royal there's this new scene talking about it, but speaking of which, yeah, it's really impressive of Joker. He has a great sense of direction in the palaces. And maybe I guess this is one of the Phantom Thief skills that he trained with Morgana, because you don't really see this in the game. But I guess besides teaching Joker about making tools and muscle training, etc., I guess at some point Morgana at the beginning also taught him how to locate himself, how to detect, how to draw a map inside his head, etc. But this also shows that in the first place Joker is quite talented. Is multi-talented in the first place, which is not something you can tell in the game itself, because as the player avatar is a mute protagonist, and also you gotta raise his stats, but as you raise his stats, his social stats, this also reflects how he is like superhuman in a way. So Ruka is really surprised. Wow, you draw the map all by yourself. This is like magic or something. This is like a super magic.
我が輩の頭脳とジョーカーの器用さがあれば楽勝だ。
Also, Kiyosa, this is one of the stats you can raise, so this is why it makes sense. Plus, this is they didn't specify where, when in the story it is taking place, but Violet knows about Crow, and she's calling him Crow Senpai, so you can assume this is quite late into the game that they were transported there. So Joker's stats must be maxed already, so he's already really good at everything. Because yeah, if Violet joined and Crow joined, so I played Royal up to the pyramid, so I'm not exactly sure when Violet joins, but because they're talking about Crow, so this is like we could assume this is like just before the casino, right? We can assume this is, for example, just before the casino. So at this point in the game, most players already have Joker's stats maxed, so this is why he's like crazy good at everything. So yeah, Mona is like, thanks to my brains and Joker's abilities, how do you translate Kiyosa again? Like, it's skilled, it's just being skilled in general.
私の分までやってもらっちゃったな。何かおごるよ。
Oh, so you even did my part, so I should treat you to something as a thanks.
いや、茅森は報告をしてくれたからな。気遣いは無用だ。
No, I mean you were busy with your report to the commander, so it's fine. No need to worry about it. ジョッカーかっこいいね。C1 になるのか。What is he thinking about? So yeah, I also really like this collabs because we get to see Joker from a third-person view. So we get to see Joker how he really is, how he looks to other people. Because as a player, you don't actually see that. I'm not sure if I'm making sense, but like because we play as someone else's Joker, we actually get to see him as a real character instead of as the player's avatar. So I really like this kind of collabs as well.
ひょっとして他の仲間たちのこと考えてた？
Oh, are you thinking about your other squad mates?
ああ。
Yeah.
探索の最中、急に姿を消してしまったんだ。きっと今もこちらを心配しているだろう。
I mean, we were in the middle of exploring and we just disappeared in front of them, so I'm sure even now they are worried about us.
そうだよね。
Yeah, makes sense.
すまない。今すぐ帰れる状況じゃないことは理解しているが、つい。
Sorry about being gloomy. I know it's not like we can go back right away anyway, so there's no use thinking about it, but I still end up thinking about it.
もし逆の立場だったら私も同じこと考えてたよ。
No, I mean, if I was in your place, I would probably be thinking about it all the time as well.
話は変わるけど怪盗団って悪い人を改心させてるんだよね。どうして？
So, I'm going to switching topics, but you guys, the Phantom Chiefs, you reform bad guys, right? Like she's saying Kaishin, but she doesn't exactly knows how it works, so you can tell she's hesitant when talking. So you guys are reforming bad guys, so why did you start doing this?
急だな。なぜその質問を？
Oh, that's kinda sudden. Why do you want to know about this?
せっかくだしジョーカーたちのことを知りたくてさ。嫌なら無理に話さなくていいよ。
No, it's just that I want to know, to learn more about you guys, but I'm not gonna force you to answer though.
いや、いい質問だぜ、かよもり。我が輩が怪盗団の流儀を教えてやろう。
No, that's actually a good question, so I'm going to teach you about our etiquette.
怪盗団の主なターゲットはパレスを持つ悪党だ。
So our main targets are the evil people. Our main targets are evil people who own a palace.
パレス？
世の中には考えられないほど利己的で歪んだ強い欲望を持つ奴らがいる。
So in our society, some people, they are so evil that her desires are so twisted. So they end up having a palace.
そういう奴らは自分の歪んだ欲望だけでパレスっつう空間を生み出すんだ。さながら傍若無人な城の主人とでも言うべきか。
So these people, they have such strong twisted desires and they are so evil that they end up producing what we call a palace, which is like a special special space, and it's like they are the kings of their own castle in a way.
なるほど。めっちゃ欲求不満な人が持っちゃうマイホームみたいなやつってことか。
So Urika is like, I don't know how to translate this, but she's like, how to say this, like Urika is kinda like repeating how she understood it, but like a zoomer in a way. Even like she's not exactly true either, because it's not like she's using like younger slang or anything, but she like she explained what she just said, but in her own words, as a girl who lived in, I think Heaven and Where is supposed to take place like I think in 2030 or something, I forgot. But yeah, Ruka is because it's interesting because technically Persona 5 is almost 10 years old now. The game, inshallah, is going to celebrate its 10th anniversary this September 2026. So in a way, I'm not sure if they're actually going to go there, but in a way, they are not from the same generation. So Ruka is basically saying the same thing, but in a more youngster way, with their own words. Like I'm not a professional translator, so but I can still like, so I can't make a good translation of it, but I can still tell you the intent behind this joke, why I was laughing.
まあ間違っちゃいないが、なんか気の抜ける言い方なんだよな。
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong, but like it's like that your way of explaining it is a little bit carefree.
パレスを持つようなターゲットは現実で多くの人を苦しめている場合がある。
So some of the owners of palaces, sometimes they are people, sometimes they are the type of people who make a lot of other people suffer.
権力を持つ相手だと警察が手を出せない立場にいることも多い。
Or for example, people with a lot of influence that even the police can't do anything about.
何それ、最低じゃん。
Wow, this is really bad.
そこで我が輩たち怪盗団がパレスの核となっているお宝を盗み出すことで改心に至るというわけだ。
So what we do as phantom thieves is we steal what is like the core of the palace, called something we call the treasure. And by stealing the core of the palace, which is the treasure, we can reform their hearts.
お宝か。怪盗っぽいね。
Oh, treasure. This is very phantom chief themed.
お宝といっても金銀財宝の類とは限らないぞ。パレスの主が歪んだきっかけを具現化したものだからな。
Well, we are calling it treasure, but it's not necessarily gold coins, it's not necessarily jewels or coin or gold or stuff like that. It's just an item which is materialized by the palace owner with his wish desires.
よくわかってないかもだけど、もし私にパレスがあったら、お宝はギターになるとか？
So I'm not sure I understand, but for example, if I had a palace, I guess my treasure would be my guitar, right?
かもな。早森にパレスができるとは思えないが。
Yeah, I think something like that, but in the first place, I don't think you're the kind of person who would make a palace anyway.
なんかジョーカーって簡単にお宝盗んじゃいそうだよね。パパパって感じで。
I feel like you must be really good at stealing these treasures, like, and that's it.
そうでもないな。仲間の力があってこそだ。
Not quite so. I can only do it thanks to my friends.
お宝を盗むにはまず広大なパレスを探索してありかを特定した後、現実にいるパレスの主に予告状を送りつける必要があるんだ。
So, in order to steal a treasure, we first need to explore the palace and find an infiltration route and stuff, and then we need to send a notification to the palace's master in real life, in the real world.
予告状は知ってる。お前の大事な財宝はいただいたってやつでしょ。
Well, yeah, this is definitely, like I was saying earlier, what the scenarists are going for here is definitely like a older person talking to a younger person type of dynamic, because when you think about it, Persona 5 is a 2016 game, so in a way it's older than Ruka, so there are some things she doesn't know about, but she's like, oh, but I do know about notifications, like about when Phantom Thieves, they send a card and they're like, I just stole your precious thing, right? This is what you're talking about, right?
それは予告じゃないだろう。
I mean, if you saying that you already stole it, that's not a notification though.
例を挙げるなら、お前の歪んだ欲望を頂戴するとか。
As an example, we often say we are going to take your wicked desire.
パレスの主に自分は狙われていると自覚させることで、ようやくお宝を盗める状態になる。
And once the owner of the palace is aware that he's being targeted, his treasure will materialize and we will be able to steal it.
結構大変なんだね。簡単になんて言ってごめん。
Oh, so this sounds actually really difficult. I feel bad now for saying that it must be really easy for you. So this is also actually, Ruka might be dumb, but she's like very empathic as well. She does think about other people's feelings a lot, even if she's incredibly dumb. And like, when she makes a mistake, she knows how to recognize her mistakes and apologize properly. Like she's a good person.
気にしていない。そっちも大変な状況だろう。
No, I don't mind. I mean, yeah, you guys are living in pretty harsh conditions too.
我が輩たちでキャンサーを改心させられたらよかったんだけどな。
It would be great if we could reform the cancers.
改心する心を持たない敵だからね。でもその気持ちは嬉しいよ。
どうだろうね。メインストーリーどうなるんだろう。So she's saying, yeah, you can't reform the cancers anyway because they don't even have hearts in the first place. But thanks for the sentiments. So obviously I'm not going to go into spoilers, but I wonder if I assume at some point in the main story, this is just one of my theories, so this is not really a spoiler. I don't think, or maybe there is, or maybe there isn't, I guess depending on how you interpret it. And I still haven't played all the events as well, and I'm not caught up on the main story as well. I need to play the latest chapter, and I'm not caught up on all the events. But I assume at some point there probably is some kind of will behind the cancers, or some kind of hurt. Some kind of actual will behind the cancers. So I wonder, maybe... And I'm pretty sure the writers are saying this on purpose, because this is what they want the players to think about this, I'm pretty sure. That's why they're doing this discussion. They're doing it on purpose to make the players think maybe there is a will, maybe the cancers do have a heart somehow, and one day we will learn more about it in the main story or something. In my opinion, this is a hypothesis. In my opinion, this might happen one day.
こちらにできることがあれば遠慮せず言ってくれ。可能な限り力になろう。
But yeah, if there's anything we can do, please tell us. We'll do everything we can to help.
ありがとう。ジョーカーとモナモだよ。
Yeah, same here. You can tell me if there's anything I can do, just tell me.
こっちにいる間はもう我が家だと思って過ごしてくれていいから。
You can think of here as your own place.
我が家か。
My home, huh? Lebanonのことを is going to think back about Lebanon.
しまった。ホームシックにさせちゃった。
Oh no, I made him homesick by saying this.
少し思い返しただけだ。気にするな。
So I wonder, was he thinking about Lebanon, or was he just thinking about his original world in general, or was he thinking about his original town before he moves to Tokyo to Yongenjaya at the beginning of the game? Maybe he was thinking about his parents and his hometown. 何?
急に通信端末を取り出して何してるの？
Why did you suddenly bring out your communication device?
さっきのパレスの話を東條とアイリーンにも送っておこうと思ってな。
Oh. So they know the circumstances as well. It's pretty... So, see what I was saying earlier about Heaven's Bed being really, really intricate with its world building? He's saying the discussion they had just now, he recorded it and he sent it to Tsukasa and to Aileen as well. So this way they also know how the palaces work, how the Otakara works, how in their original Persona world, how they would steal the treasures, how it works, etc, etc, etc. So this way, in the next day, if the characters bring it up, they will know. So even small details like this, they always think about it. So just one of the many really impressive things about the story and the writing in Heaven Burns Red.
確かに。あの二人も頭が回るみたいだしな。共有しておいた方が良さそうだ。
Oh yeah, and plus they both seem really, really smart. So it might be best to tell them. Maybe they will understand something that we didn't notice ourselves regarding the Takanawa Mementos. But well, Tsukasa technically is only smart when she's awakened, but yeah.
高輪メメントスはメメントスと似てる部分もある。 パレスの話も何かの参考になるかもしれない。
Yeah, I predicted what he was about to say. So yeah, the Takanawa Mementos is very similar to the original Mementos. So maybe if they know about how paralysis works, it might give them some kind of hint in order to resolve our situation.
お、気が利くね。
Oh, that makes sense. You guys are pretty smart.
送信完了だ。
Okay, I send it to them.
我が輩たちよく働いたよな。茅森も疲れが溜まってるだろうし。
Okay, so we worked pretty well today. I'm pretty sure you're tired as well, so...
今日はもう寝ようぜ。
She looks actually... It's definitely on purpose as well. So, this is a line we're gonna always say in the game, obviously. When, after, for example, when after exploring a palace, a dungeon, you can't do any night activities and you have to go to sleep right after going back to the Leblon. And Morgana is Kyo wa mou neoze. This became one of his catchphrases. And to be honest, personally, I never thought of Morgana as annoying because in the original game, a lot of people would complain about how you can't do anything, Morgana always tell you to go to sleep, but personally when I played through the original game in 2016, September to December, in the Japanese version on PS3, I never got this feeling, and I guess it's a different understanding because I just noticed at the end of the day, when you truly have free time, it's only during the countdowns, when you have free exploration and countdowns, and once you reach the end of the countdown, once you reach the end of the countdown and you finish exploring the dungeon and beat the boss, every single evening you will get story events and the main story will advance, so you won't be able to go out. So I just took that into consideration, so I wasn't particularly frustrated. And you can only do night activities during the countdowns basically, and then in the royal version they made it much more supple, much more softer. Even in between dungeons, in between story chapters, there are still many moments where you can actually go outside at night. And Morgana doesn't say Kyo wa mou neoze as much, but personally, even in the OG base game, it didn't bother me that much. And yeah, and it's pretty funny because before Persona 5 Royal was getting released in Japan, Atlas Japan on Twitter, they would regularly share some of the changes that are in the game compared to the original game. And one of the things I used to do translations and articles on DualShockers about that whenever they would add in something, and I was pretty much the sole person, maybe with Persona Central, translating the tweets, and I was often the first person to do it. And it's very funny because sadly a lot of other sites would take my translations as the tweets and publish them, and they would never credit me or credit DualShockers. They would just take the and in particular there was a tweet that said in Persona 5 Royal, Morgana will be able to go outside much more in the evening. So I made an article about it because I knew a lot of people didn't like this about the game in the original, and then tons of other games media sites and journalists just plagiarized the article, and they obviously I was the one who noticed first, but they would never credit me, and they would act as if they noticed the tweet by themselves. And the funniest thing is I actually have proof, because in these articles most of the time these people, they were so lazy, sadly, they would just copy the embedded tweets from my own article. So if you look at the source code of their own article, you could see the link to my own article even if they didn't credit me. So I could tell that they didn't find the tweet by themselves and they just copied my own article. But anyway, sadly this is one of the many things, like many issues regarding games journalism, which is ironically less of an issue nowadays because of all the layoffs, and I don't have a games media job at the moment alongside many other people, so there's much less plagiarism, ironically. But yeah, this would really regularly happen. I would translate something and then other people would reuse the translation but act as if they found it themselves and translated it themselves without crediting me. very, very often common occurrence if you ask other journalists who were covering Japanese games. But anyway, this is the end of the video, I guess. End of the day too. So I think this wasn't that long. Oh, it's not over yet. I guess another scene in the Tama room, in the velvet room, I guess. But yeah, another scene. Otama room. Yeah, I think it wasn't that long, but because I talked so much and analyzed so much stuff, it still took 2 hours. So I assume the collab, yeah, it probably ends on day 7 or day 8 or something, but I assume the next days are probably 30 minutes, 40 minutes long at most. But because I end up analyzing things so much, it's taking much longer.
仮面の少年かの者が持つ力が最悪を打ち破る鍵となる。あなたがそのことを覚えていたようで何よりです。
So she's repeating the same thing as the end of day 1. So I told you that the person with the mask will be the key to repelling the disaster. It seems that you remembered my words, and I used them carefully. She's good.
ごめん、忘れてた。デーペリンか。
She's like, actually, I completely forgot about that. Sorry. The Heperinko. The Heperinko is like something Ruka invented, and Yuki gets really mad when she says this because she's like, this doesn't mean anything. Stop saying it. And Ruka always says Teheperinko. Tehepero, she's like a mix because Tehepero technically exists. It's something anime characters have been doing for a while. It's face, like when you did something dumb, like the sticking your tongue out face that anime characters always did. But it's Tehepero. But Ruka mixed it and made it into Teheperinko, and Yuki really hates it. And this is something that comes up in the main story many times. It's a joke that always comes up.
主の前で生意気な口を聞くとは万死に値します。
Ichigo is like, oh, for the crime of saying dumb stuff in front of a master, it's a death penalty it's going to be.
何その喋り方、背筋がゾゾゾってなるからやめて。
And she's like, what? Why are you talking like this? This is so creepy. Like, my spine is getting shivers, so stop it.
あなたが忘れていようと忘れていまいと必ず最悪は訪れます。
Well, in any case, whether you forget about it or not, Kanamichi is definitely drawing nearer.
夢夢お忘れなきよう。ではまた。
So, we will until we meet again. So yeah, it was really fun again. So by the way, I'm recording this on June 18th. There's less than 24 hours left until the collab ends, so I need to speed up recording this. I'm gonna sleep now, and then when I wake up, inshallah, I'm gonna keep recording and do day 3 videos for each day until the end of the collab. So yeah, remember to like and subscribe. If you like the video, please check out the links to my sites in the description below. If you want to support me, I've still got a Ko-fi where you can subscribe to read some exclusive articles and stuff, and I might make a specific article for Ko-fi on my impressions on this collab. So yeah, thanks for reading. If you can help out for free, like and subscribe, share the videos with your own feeds. Thanks for watching. Bye. 見ててくれてありがとうな。じゃあね、バイバイ。